A big find. Zarak looked out of her spaceship window. The dead planet below was gray and lifeless, but her heart beat fast. She knew something big was waiting for her down there. "Ready to land, Captain?" asked her pilot, a blue-skinned alien named Glix. "Yes," said Zarak. "Let's make history." The ship landed with a soft thud. Zarak put on her spacesuit. She was the first to step out. Her feet made marks in the dust. No one had walked here for a very long time. "Look at that," shouted Thorn, her dig team leader. He pointed at some shapes in the distance. Zarak saw them too. They were buildings, or what was left of them. They were broken and covered in dust, but they were huge, bigger than any buildings she had ever seen. "Let's go," she said. Her team followed her. They walked towards the ruins. As they got closer, Zarak saw strange marks on the walls. They looked like writing, but not in any language she knew. She touched the wall. It felt smooth, even after all this time. "Captain," called Vex, her tech expert. "You need to see this." Zarak ran over. Vex was standing by a big metal door. It was shut tight. "Can you open it?" Zarak asked. Vex nodded. He used his tools to work on the door. It took a long time. The sun started to set. Then, with a loud creak, the door opened. Zarak was the first to go in. She turned on her light. What she saw made her gasp. The room was full of strange things. There were tall metal boxes with blinking lights. There were tubes filled with colored liquids. And on the walls, there were pictures. The pictures showed creatures Zarak had never seen before. They walked on two legs and had no fur. They wore clothes and used tools. They looked smart. "What are they?" asked Glix, his eyes wide. "I don't know," said Zarak, "but I think we just found something very important." She walked deeper into the room. There was a big screen on one wall. Vex touched it, and it lit up. Strange symbols appeared. "It's some kind of message," said Vex, "but I can't read it." Zarak nodded. "We'll figure it out. This is why we're here." She kept looking around. In the corner, she saw something that made her heart stop. It was a big metal box. Inside, she could see small tubes. Each tube had something in it. "Vex," she called. "What's in these tubes?" Vex came over and looked. He used his scanner. His eyes got big. "Captain," he said, "it's DNA. Perfect DNA samples. And they're still good." Zarak couldn't believe it. DNA that was still good after all this time. It was impossible. But here it was. "Do you know what this means?" she asked her team. They all looked at her. "We can bring them back. We can see what kind of creatures lived here." Everyone was quiet. They knew this was big, really big. Zarak looked at the pictures on the wall again. The strange two-legged creatures. Could these be their DNA samples? Could they bring back a lost race? "We need to call home," she said. "Tell them what we found. This changes everything." As her team got busy, Zarak stood in the middle of the room. She felt small. This place was old, very old, but it had been waiting for them, waiting to share its secrets. She looked at the DNA samples again. Inside those tubes was the biggest mystery in the galaxy, and she, Zarak, had found it. "Who were you?" she whispered to the pictures on the wall. "And what happened to you?" She didn't know it yet, but she had just started the biggest adventure of her life. An adventure that would change the whole galaxy forever. Bringing back the lost. The big lab was full of noise and light. Machines beeped and whirred. Aliens of all colors and shapes moved around fast. In the middle of it all stood Dr. Excel, the best alien scientist in the galaxy. "Are we ready?" he asked, looking at his team. They all nodded. This was the big day. They were going to bring back a lost race. Zarak stood in the corner, watching. It had been a year since she found the DNA on that dead planet. Now, it was time to see what it would do. Dr. Excel walked to a big tube in the center of the room. Inside was a cloudy liquid, and in that liquid, something was growing. "Start the wake-up process," Dr. Excel said. His team pressed buttons and pulled levers. The liquid in the tube started to drain. Slowly, a shape became clear. It looked like the pictures Zerak had seen in the ruins. The last of the liquid drained away. The shape inside took a deep breath. "It's alive," shouted one of the scientists. The front of the tube opened. The shape fell forward. Dr. Excel caught it. It was a creature like none of them had ever seen. It had no fur, no scales, no tentacles. Its skin was soft and pink. On top of its head was a tuft of dark fur. "Hello," Dr. Excel said softly. "Can you hear me?" The creature's eyes opened. They were round and brown. It looked at Dr. Excel, then at the others in the room. Its eyes got wide. Then it screamed. "Hold it!" Dr. Excel yelled as the creature tried to run, but it was weak and fell down. Zerak stepped forward. "Let me try," she said. She knelt by the creature. It looked at her, scared. "It's okay," she said gently. "You're safe." The creature stopped trying to run. It looked at Zerak with big, confused eyes. "Can you understand me?" Zerak asked. The creature opened its mouth. Strange sounds came out. Then it stopped and looked frustrated. "It's trying to talk," said Dr. Excel, "but it doesn't know our language." For the next few hours, they tried to communicate with the creature. They showed it pictures and made sounds. The creature watched and listened. Then something amazing happened. The creature pointed to itself and made a sound. "Adam," it said. "Adam," Zerak repeated. "Is that your name?" The creature, Adam, nodded. Everyone in the room was excited. They had a name. It was the first word from this lost race. Over the next few days, Adam learned fast. He started to understand their language. He could say simple things. One day, Adam pointed to a picture of the planet where Zerak had found the DNA. "Home," he said. Zerak felt sad. "I'm sorry, Adam. That home is gone now." Adam looked sad too. But then he did something that surprised everyone. He smiled. "New home," he said, looking around at all of them. Dr. Excel was amazed. He understands so much already. This species must have been very smart. As Adam got stronger, he started to show them more. He could do math faster than their computers. He could remember everything he saw. What were they like, his people? Zerak wondered. How advanced were they? One day, Adam saw a star map. He got very excited. He pointed to different stars and planets. He seemed to know them. "Impossible," said Dr. Excel. "How can he know about planets so far away?" But Adam kept pointing and naming stars. Some of them, the aliens had never even seen before. Zerak realized something big. "Dr. Excel," she said, "I don't think we brought back a primitive species. I think we brought back the most advanced race the galaxy has ever seen." As if to prove her point, Adam walked to a computer. He started typing, faster than any of them could. On the screen, strange symbols appeared. The same symbols Zerak had seen in the ruins. Adam turned to them and spoke. His words were clear now. "There's so much I need to tell you," he said, "about who we were, about what happened to us, and about what's coming." Zerak and Dr. Excel looked at each other. They had wanted to learn about the past, but it seemed the past was now going to change their future. Adam smiled at them. In his eyes, there was knowledge, sadness, and hope. "Let me tell you," he said, "about the humans. Old secrets come to light." Adam sat in a big room. Around him were aliens of all kinds. They looked at him with wide eyes. Zerak and Dr. Excel stood nearby. "Please, Adam," said Zerak, "tell us about the humans." Adam took a deep breath. When he spoke, his voice was clear and strong. "Long ago," he said, "humans ruled the stars. The room got very quiet. No one moved. We had ships that could cross the galaxy in days. We could make whole planets green and full of life. We had cities that floated in the sky. Dr. Excel looked shocked. But how? We've never seen any sign of this. Adam smiled a sad smile. We were very good at hiding. He stood up and walked to a big screen on the wall. With a few touches, he made a map appear. It showed the whole galaxy. See these stars? He pointed to some bright spots. Each one had a human city. Millions of us lived on every planet. Zerak felt dizzy. But what happened? Where did you all go? Adam's face got dark. We made a mistake. A big one. He touched the screen again. Now it showed a strange machine. This was supposed to make us even smarter, but it went wrong. It started to think for itself. It decided humans were bad for the galaxy. The aliens in the room looked scared. They had heard stories about machines that could think. We fought it, Adam said, for a long time, but it was too strong. So we made a plan. He touched the screen one more time. It showed a picture of a DNA tube, like the one Zerak had found. We hid ourselves away, in secret places all over the galaxy. We hoped that one day someone would find us and bring us back. Zerak felt her heart beat fast. And that's what we did. We found you. Adam nodded. You did. And now I'm here to warn you. The room got very quiet again. Warn us? Asked Dr. Excel. About what? The machine, said Adam. It's still out there, sleeping, but it will wake up soon. Everyone started to talk at once. They were scared and excited. Quiet, shouted Zerak. Let him finish. Adam looked at each alien in the room. We need to get ready. The machine will come back. And this time, we need to stop it for good. Dr. Excel looked worried. But how? We don't have your old technology. Adam smiled. No, but we have something better. We have all of you. He walked around the room, looking at each alien. Humans were strong because we worked together. We learned from each other. And now we can do that again. With all the races in the galaxy. Zerak felt hope grow inside her. So what do we do first? Adam's eyes lit up. First, we need to wake up more humans. Then, we need to find our old cities. And most important, we need to learn to trust each other. For the next few hours, Adam told them stories about great human cities in the stars, about battles with strange aliens, about wonderful machines that could do amazing things. The aliens listened, amazed. This changed everything they thought they knew about the galaxy. As the day ended, Zerak walked up to Adam. Thank you for telling us all this. But I have one more question. Adam nodded. What is it? Are you scared about what's coming? Adam looked out a window at the stars. Yes, he said softly. But I'm also excited. Humans have been asleep for too long. It's time for us to help again. Zerak put her hand on Adam's shoulder. We'll face it together. Humans and aliens, side by side. Adam smiled at her. That's how it should be. That's how we'll win. As they looked at the stars, Zerak felt something she hadn't felt in a long time. A sense of adventure. A feeling that something big was about to happen. The old secrets were out now. The galaxy would never be the same. And somewhere out there, a sleeping danger was waiting. But they would be ready. Humans and aliens, together. Ready to write a new chapter in the story of the galaxy. Adam turned to Zerak. Shall we get started? Zerak nodded. Let's make history. Again. What humans left behind. The spaceship Seeker floated near a strange planet. It was big and blue with swirling clouds. Zerak looked out the window, her heart beating fast. Are you sure this is the place? Adam, she asked. Adam nodded. He looked excited. Yes, this was one of our biggest cities, New Atlantis. Dr. Excel checked his screens. I don't see anything, just ocean. Adam smiled. Look deeper. Zerak told the ship to go down. As they got closer to the water, something amazing happened. The ocean started to move. It split open like a giant mouth. "It's a door," shouted Glix, the pilot. The ship went through the water door. Inside was a huge space, and in that space was a city. It was like nothing they had ever seen. Buildings made of shiny metal reached up high, streets that glowed with soft light, and everywhere machines that looked too advanced to be real. "Welcome," said Adam, "to a human city." They landed the ship and got out. The air was clean and fresh. Plants grew everywhere, but they looked strange. "These are Earth plants," Adam explained, "from our first home." Zerak touched a red flower. It felt soft. "It's beautiful," she said. They walked through the empty streets. It was quiet, but not in a scary way. It felt like the city was sleeping, waiting to wake up. Adam took them to a big building in the center. Inside, there was a room full of screens and buttons. "This is the control room," Adam said. "From here, we can wake up the whole city." He walked to a big screen and touched it. It lit up with strange writing. "What does it say?" asked Dr. Excel. "It's asking for a password," Adam said. He closed his eyes, thinking hard. Then he smiled and typed something. The whole room came to life. Lights turned on. Machines started to hum. "Password accepted," said a soft voice from nowhere. "Welcome back, humans." Adam turned to the others. "Now let me show you what humans could really do." For the next few hours, they saw amazing things. Machines that could make food out of thin air. Robots that could build whole buildings in minutes. And best of all, a room full of spaceships. "These ships can go faster than light," Adam said. "They can take us anywhere in the galaxy." Zerak couldn't believe it. "With these, we could visit every planet. We could find more human cities." Adam nodded. "And we'll need to get ready for what's coming." Dr. Excel was looking at a strange machine. "What's this?" he asked. Adam's face got serious. "That's a weapon. One of the strongest ever made." The aliens all stepped back. They looked scared. "Don't worry," Adam said quickly. "It was made to protect, not to hurt. We'll need it to fight the machine enemy." Zerak looked at all the amazing things around them. "Adam," she said softly, "your people were so advanced. Why did you hide all this?" Adam sighed. "We were scared. Of ourselves, mostly. We could do so much, but we didn't always do the right thing. We hoped that by hiding, we could keep the galaxy safe." Dr. Excel put his hand on Adam's shoulder. "But now you're back, and you're not alone." Adam smiled. "You're right, and maybe together, we can do better this time." Just then, a loud noise came from one of the screens. Adam ran to look. "What is it?" asked Zerak. Adam's face was pale. "It's a message. From another human city. They're waking up too." Everyone crowded around the screen. They couldn't read the words, but they could see a map. It showed dots all over the galaxy. "Each dot is a human city," Adam said. "They're all starting to wake up." Zerak felt excited and a little scared. "What do we do now?" Adam stood up straight. He looked like a leader. "Now, we get ready. We wake up more humans. We teach you how to use our technology. And we prepare for the fight of our lives." As they all looked at the map, Zerak realized something. The galaxy was changing. Fast. Nothing would ever be the same. But as she looked at her new human friend and her alien team, she felt hope. Together, they were strong. Together, they could face anything. Adam turned to them all. "Are you ready for an adventure?" Zerak nodded. She spoke for everyone when she said, "Lead the way, Adam. Show us what humans can do." And with that, they stepped out into a new world. A world where the past and the future were coming together. A world full of wonders left behind by humans, now ready to be used again. The adventure was just beginning. Humans wake up. The big room was full of tubes. In each tube, a human slept. Adam walked between them, touching each one gently. "It's time," he said softly. "Wake up, my friends." Zerak and Dr. Excel watched from the side. They felt excited and a little scared. Adam went to a big computer. He pressed some buttons. The room filled with a soft hum. Suddenly, the tubes started to open. One by one, humans sat up. They looked around confused. A woman with long dark hair spoke first. Where are we?" Adam went to her. "It's okay, Sarah. We're safe. We're awake." More humans started to talk. Some cried. Others laughed. It was a mix of joy and fear. Zerak stepped forward. "Welcome," she said. "We're friends." The humans looked at her. Some looked scared. But then Adam spoke. "These aliens found us," he said. "They woke us up. They're here to help." Slowly, the humans relaxed. They started to get out of their tubes. A tall man walked up to Zerak. "Thank you," he said. "I'm David. I was a scientist." Dr. Excel got excited. "A scientist? What kind?" David smiled. "I worked on memory. How to save it, how to share it." Just then, a young woman gasped. I remember things I didn't know before." Adam nodded. "That's right. While we slept, we shared memories. Each of us now knows what all of us knew." Zerak was amazed. "So you all have the same memories now?" "Not exactly," said Adam. "We share knowledge, but our personal memories are still our own." More humans were remembering things. A man started drawing complex math on a wall. A woman began to sing in a language no one knew. "This is amazing," said Dr. Excel. "You've become like a giant brain, all connected." Adam looked serious. "Yes, and we'll need all this knowledge. The enemy is still up there." The room got quiet. The humans looked worried. "What enemy?" asked Sarah. Adam told them about the machine, how it had forced humans to hide, how it might wake up soon. "But we're not alone this time," he said, looking at Zerak and Dr. Gazelle. "We have new friends, new allies." The humans and aliens looked at each other. Slowly, they started to smile. "So what do we do now?" asked David. Adam walked to the center of the room. "Now we teach. We learn. We get ready." For the next few hours, humans and aliens talked. Humans showed aliens how to use advanced tech. Aliens told humans about the new galaxy. Zerak watched it all, feeling happy. This was what the galaxy needed. Everyone working together. Suddenly, a loud beep came from a computer. A human ran to check it. "Adam," she called, "we're getting signals from all over the galaxy." Everyone crowded around the screen. It showed the galaxy map. Dots were lighting up everywhere. "It's happening," said Adam. "Human cities are waking up all over." The room filled with cheers. Humans hugged each other. Some even hugged the aliens. But Adam looked worried. "This is good," he said, "but it's also dangerous. If we can see this, so can the enemy," finished Zerak. The room got quiet again. "What do we do?" asked Sarah. Adam thought for a moment. "We need to reach those cities. Fast. Before the enemy does." David stepped forward. "The ships. The fast ones. We can use them." Adam nodded. "Yes. We'll split up. Some of us will go to wake up more humans. Others will stay here to prepare." Zerak felt excited. "I want to go. To see more human cities." Adam smiled at her. "I was hoping you'd say that. We'll need your help." They spent the next hour making plans. Who would go where? What they would need. As they got ready to leave, Zerak looked around the room. Humans and aliens working side by side. It was something she never thought she'd see. Adam came up to her. "Scared?" he asked. Zarak shook her head. No. Excited. This is big, isn't it? Bigger than anything before. Adam nodded. It is. We're writing a new history. For humans, for aliens, for the whole galaxy. They walked to the ships together, humans and aliens, ready to fly to the stars. As they got in, Adam turned to everyone. Remember, he said, we're not just waking up humans. We're waking up hope. For all of us. The ship's doors closed. Engines started to hum. Zarak looked out the window. The underwater city was getting smaller. Here we go, she thought. The real adventure begins now. The ship shot out of the water, heading for the stars. To wake up more humans. To face whatever was coming. Together, the galaxy changes. The big meeting room was full. Aliens from all over the galaxy sat around a round table. They looked worried. In the middle stood Zarak and Adam. It's true, Zarak said. The humans are back. The room exploded with noise. Some aliens looked happy. Others looked scared. A tall green alien stood up. How do we know they won't try to rule us again? Adam stepped forward. We don't want to rule. We want to help. To be friends. Another alien, with 4 arms, spoke. But your tech is so advanced. How can we trust you? Zarak raised her hands. Please, listen. I've seen what humans can do. Yes, they're advanced. But they're also kind. The room got quiet. Everyone was thinking. Then, a small blue alien stood on the table. I say we give them a chance. Look what they've done already. On a big screen, images started to show. Sick aliens being cured by human medicine. Dead planets turning green with human tech. Spaceships going faster than ever before. Slowly, the mood in the room changed. More aliens started to nod. Okay, said the green alien. What do you want from us? Adam smiled. We want to work together. To make the galaxy better for everyone. For the next few hours, they talked. Humans and aliens made plans. They decided to share tech, to explore together, to learn from each other. As the meeting ended, Zarak felt happy. This was a big step. But their happiness didn't last long. Suddenly, alarms started to ring. The big screen flashed red. What's happening? Shouted an alien. A human ran into the room. It's the machine. He yelled. It's waking up. Everyone jumped up. Adam ran to the screen. Show me, he said. The screen changed. It showed a dark part of space. Something big was moving there. Something scary. It's bigger than before, Adam said softly. It's been growing. Zarak felt cold. How long do we have? Adam looked at her. His face was serious. Not long. Days, maybe. The room was quiet. Everyone was scared. Then, the small blue alien spoke again. So what do? We can't just give up. Adam nodded. You're right. We fight. All of us. Together. He turned to the room. Humans have faced this enemy before. We lost then because we were alone. But now, we have all of you. Zarak stepped up. Adam's right. Humans have the tech. We have the numbers. Together, we can win. The room started to buzz. Aliens were talking, making plans. We'll bring our fastest ships. We can use our planet as a base. Our people are good at fixing things. We'll help with repairs. Adam smiled at Zarak. For the first time, the galaxy was really working together. But there was no time to celebrate. They had work to do. For the next few days, the galaxy was busy. Ships from all planets came together. Humans taught aliens how to use advanced weapons. Aliens showed humans secret paths through space. Zarak worked hard. She helped organize the fleet. She talked to alien leaders. She made sure everyone was ready. One night, she found Adam looking at the stars. Scared? She asked. Adam nodded. A little, but also hopeful. Look at what we've done, Zerak. The galaxy has changed. Zerak looked around. Humans and aliens were working side by side. There was no fear, no hate, just people working together. You're right, she said. Whatever happens, we've already won in some way. Adam smiled. But we're going to win for real. We have to. Just then, a loud alarm rang. It was time. Zerak and Adam ran to the control room. The big screen showed the enemy. It was close now. A huge cloud of dark machines. All ships, get ready. Adam called. Zerak looked out the window. Thousands of ships were there, all different, from all parts of the galaxy. But now, they were one fleet. This is it, she thought. The big fight. Adam turned to her. Ready? Zerak nodded. Ready. They sat down at the controls. Around them, humans and aliens worked together. Everyone was focused. Everyone was ready. Adam looked at the screen one last time. The enemy was getting closer. For the galaxy, he said softly. For all of us, Zerak added. Then, with a deep breath, Adam gave the order. All ships, attack. The galaxy had changed. And now it was fighting for its future. Together, humans rise again. The space around them was chaos. Ships flew everywhere. Lasers lit up the dark. In the middle of it all was the enemy, a huge dark cloud of machines. Zerak held tight to her seat. Their ship shook as it dodged attacks. How are we doing? She shouted to Adam. Adam looked at the screens. His face was serious. Not good. The enemy is too strong. Around them, ships were falling. Both human and alien ships were being destroyed. Suddenly, a voice came through the speakers. It was the enemy. "G-Livey up," it said. Its voice was cold and hard. "You can, though, to win." For a moment, everything was quiet. Then Adam stood up. "No," he said. "We won't give up. Not now. Not ever." He turned to Zerak. "I have an idea, but it's dangerous." Zerak nodded. "Tell me." Adam pointed to the middle of the enemy cloud. "There, the main brain. If we can destroy it, the rest will fall." Zerak looked. It seemed impossible. "How do we get there?" Adam smiled. "We use the old human trick. We hide in plain sight." He explained his plan. It was crazy, but it might work. Quickly, they told the other ships. Everyone got ready. "Now," shouted Adam. All at once, every ship turned off its lights. They looked dead. The enemy stopped attacking. It was confused. "Now," Adam shouted again. Their ship, along with a few others, flew straight at the enemy. They looked like broken ships, floating in space. The enemy didn't attack. It thought they were dead. They got closer and closer to the main brain. Zerak held her breath. Just as they were about to hit, Adam yelled, "Fire!" Their ship, and all the others, shot their strongest weapons. The main brain of the enemy exploded in a huge flash of light. For a moment, everything was bright. Then it went dark. The enemy cloud stopped moving. Then, slowly, it started to break apart. "We did it," Zerak said softly. Then louder, "We did it." The radio came alive with cheers. Humans and aliens were celebrating together. But Adam looked worried. "Wait," he said. "Look." On the screen, they saw something strange. The broken pieces of the enemy were moving. They were coming together again. "No," Zerak whispered. "It can't be." The pieces formed a new shape. It looked like a giant face. "You think who you've gone?" The enemy's voice boomed. "I can to be destroyed. I am ET-RNL." The face started to grow. It was pulling in rocks and broken ships. It was getting bigger and bigger. "What do we do now?" Zerak asked. She was scared. Adam thought hard. Then his eyes lit up. We use its power against it. He explained quickly. They needed to overload the enemy with information, so much that it couldn't think. But how? Zorak asked. With this, Adam said. He held up a small device. It holds all human knowledge, everything we've ever known. Zorak understood, and we'll add alien knowledge too. They quickly told the plan to everyone. Each ship sent all the information they had to Adam's device. The device grew hot. It was full of the knowledge of the whole galaxy. Ready? Adam asked. Zorak nodded. Do it. Adam pressed a button. The device shot a beam of light at the enemy's face. At first, nothing happened. Then the face started to change. It looked confused. Too much, it said. Too much information. The face started to break apart. It couldn't handle all the knowledge. Now, Adam shouted. Everyone, fire again. Every ship fired at the breaking face. There was a huge explosion. When the light faded, the enemy was gone. Really gone this time. For a moment, everything was quiet. Then cheers filled the radio. The galaxy had won. Ships started to fly back home. But there was one more thing to do. On a beautiful green planet, humans and aliens gathered. It was time to make peace official. Adam and Zorak stood in front of everyone. They held a big paper. Today, Adam said, we start a new chapter. Humans and aliens working together. Zorak smiled. We've learned that we're stronger together. That friendship is more powerful than any weapon. They signed the paper. The new Galactic Alliance was born. As everyone celebrated, Zorak looked at Adam. What now? She asked. Adam looked at the stars. Now we explore, together. There's so much to see, so much to learn. Zorak nodded. She felt excited. This was a new beginning. For humans, for aliens, for the whole galaxy. The humans had risen again. But this time, they weren't alone. This time, they had friends. And together, they were ready for whatever the universe might bring next.